When you get word problems, there's really only two things you can do in the word problem. You either take one whole and you make it smaller by breaking it up into smaller parts, or you start with your one whole, and if it gets bigger, all you're really doing is adding more wholes. And that's all you can really do with a word problem. Let's take a look at making more wholes. In this question, one whole is worth 2 pops, and that's worth $1.50. If you notice in the question, we're kind of getting bigger. We're starting with 2 pops, but we want to end up with 4 pops. So in this case, I know since I'm getting larger, what I'm really going to do is I'm going to add wholes. Okay? So, let's start with the pops. I know that one whole is worth 2 pops, and then if we have money circles on the other side, we know that one whole is worth $1.50 there. In order to solve this question, all I've got to do is figure out how to change 2 pops into 4 pops. Well, most people can see that if you double 2 pops, you'll end up with a 4. So that really means that I'm adding another whole. So altogether I'm going to have 2 wholes for pops, and since the money's equal to the pops, I have to double the amount of money as well. So to solve this problem, it wasn't really too bad. I double my wholes, and I end up with 4 pops. I double my money, and I end up with $3. Problem solved. Alright, now it's time to take a look at parts of a whole. So in this question, they're asking what's 25% of 12 donuts? Well, that tells me I need a percent circle, and I need a donut circle. 100% is going to be a whole, and that's 12 donuts. So those two things are equal. In order to get the 25%, I need to take my 100% and cut it into 4 pieces. Don't forget, what you do to one whole, you have to do to the other whole. So the 12 donuts need to be cut into 4 sections as well. When I do that, I have to make sure that those sections add up to 12. So if I put 3 in each section, 4 3s are going to give me the 12 donuts. If I shade in 25% on the percent side, I have to shave in the same amount on the 12 donut side. So I've solved my problem. 25% of 12 donuts is going to be 3 donuts. Alright, let's take a look at a couple more questions. How far will you go in 4 hours? So the 2 wholes that are equal here are 60 kilometers and 1 hour. I seem to be getting bigger. I'm going up to 4 hours. So that's going to tell me that I'm going from 1 to 4. I need more wholes. Let's take a look at how we're going to solve the problem. One whole is worth 60 kilometers, and that 60 kilometers is equal to 1 hour. So all I have to do now is I have to equate the number of wholes. If I'm going from 60 kilometers in 1 hour up to 4 hours, well, on the hour side, I'm going to need some more wholes. I'm going to have 3 more wholes to give me a total of 4. If I have 4 wholes on the right-hand side where the hours are, well, I have to do the same thing to the kilometer side. I need 4 wholes on that side. If I make 4 wholes on that side, that's going to give me 60 in each hole. 4 60s is going to equal 240 kilometers. So that lets me solve the problem. Let's try another one. In this question, we seem to be getting smaller because we're going 60 kilometers per hour again, but now it's saying we're only traveling for 20 minutes. So that tells me, since I'm getting smaller, I'm going to have to cut up my wholes this time. Same as last time though, one whole is 60 kilometers, and that equals another whole, which is 1 hour. Only difference, I'm going to cut things up now because I'm getting smaller. So, in order to get the 20 minutes, I'm going to have to cut it into thirds. So if I cut the 1 hour side into thirds, I know that I have 20 in each part. The 3 20s give me 60 minutes, which is an hour. If I cut up the hour side into 3, I got to cut the kilometer side into 3. So there we go. I basically solved my problem. I'm going to color in 20 kilometers on the kilometer side, 20 minutes on the hour side, and I've solved my problem. How far will you go in 20 minutes? You're going to go 20 kilometers in that 20 minutes. Let's try some practice questions. Pause the video. Pause the video.